What's up, fight fans? It's the MMA Fight Realm, your boy Chris, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about Dana White's post-fight comments on UFC 297. And guys, before we get into it, I called the two new champions on my picks and predictions video. If you guys tuned in, the two underdogs went at it, and it got the job done, man. I did call Raquel to win that one. Maya Bueno Silva just had nothing new to bring to the table. Like I said, Raquel, very experienced. Now she's 35, 6-0. We'll get into it. Dricus du Plessis also as well, the new champion. I thought he won rounds 2, 3, and 4. We'll also get into that. But yeah, man, 5-7 overall on the picks. A lot of bets hit. I did have a prop on Jesuda Vicious to win by submission. I had Movsar Evloev and Dricus du Plessis in a parlay, and I had Dricus as my lock of the week. So lock of the week on this channel, first one was a success. Couldn't be happier. 5-7 on the picks. We're gonna work on that with UFC Vegas 85. Look to bounce back, so be sure to tune in on these picks and predictions videos if you're looking to make some money, get some betting insights, and some good fight picks, man. Yeah, tune in, like, comment, subscribe. But anyways, back to it. On this one, I got 3 clips for you guys. We're going to be talking about Movsar Evloev, Raquel Pennington, and Dricus du Plessis, the 3 winners this past Saturday, and how Dana White felt about them after the fight. So on this first clip, we're just going to go in the order the way the fights went. So Movsar Evloev and Arnold Allen, guys. Dana White was asked about his thoughts on that fight, and this is what he had to say. I put a clip of it right up here for you guys to follow with me, and I'm going to watch it on the PC.
Talking about Movsar Evloev against Arnold Allen, that fight.
I thought you were talking about Neil Magny. All right. Yeah. I mean, what's his win streak like? He's on.
I think he's like 18, 19.
Yeah, 18 or 19, and yeah, that place sucked the wind right out of that fight sucked the wind right out of the arena tonight. So it might bum him out, but he's got to deal with it. Yeah, that was the least fun fight anybody's ever seen. So he doesn't have much to complain about. You know who lost that fight? The fans. Yeah. So yeah, he doesn't have much to bitch about on that one.
I don't know.
So guys, there you have it. Apparently 18-0 is laughable, and a 3-round war where you don't even know who the winner is. I guess that's the least fun fight of the card. It drew the entire crowd out. Dude, they threw over 140 strikes apiece. Movsar was only able to land 5 out of 17 takedowns. Arnold Allen showed that his takedown defense is true and that he can get up no matter if you get him down. Because, like I said, the fight only played out about 3 minutes and 36 seconds or so on the ground. So Movsar also showed his stand-up here. He didn't come into this fight thinking, I'm just going to have a grapple-heavy game plan. You know, Arnold Allen, he's a power puncher. I don't want to stand with him. No, instead, he stood with him, threw over 140 strikes. He showed his defense, and I think that's what won him the rounds in this fight. If you guys rewatch it, he was barely getting hit by the significant strikes that Arnold Allen was throwing. And instead, Arnold Allen was getting hit by Movsar strikes. And Movsar was able to drop Diego Lopez. Now he's clipping Arnold Allen. He's clearly improving his stand-up, guys. And we got to give him credit for that. Dana White's not going to, apparently. I don't know. He's not going to promote his new featherweight contender. Because if Volkanovski cleans up Topuria, who else is next? I mean, you got to think that he's going to want a fresh face. He already wiped the entire division. Movsar could be next. And that's how Dana White promoted his next contender. Anyway, on this next clip, man, we're going to go into Dana's thoughts on the Raquel Pennington and Mayra Bueno Silva fight, which, in my opinion, was the most boring fight of the card. So on this next clip, Dana White was asked about his thoughts on the Mayra Bueno Silva and Raquel Pennington title fight, and this is what he had to say about his new women's bantamweight champion.
The job done tonight. What did you think of their fight?
Yeah, I've been close to Raquel for a long time, probably 10 years. And one of the things there's many things I love about Raquel. One of the things that drives me crazy about Raquel is she does not listen to her corner ever. She literally never listens to her corner. It's amazing. She keeps winning. You stay in the middle of that octagon and you throw. You let your hands go. You don't get into the clinch with Mayra. It's just. But she won. I'm happy for her. She's been at this for a long time. She's had a lot of ups and downs. She's stuck it out, and she's a world champion now.
She's a world champion now, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best thing he had to say. I mean, damn, dude. This is her night. She was able to win unanimously here. This fight, no matter where the fight went, Raquel was winning. Granted, it was not entertaining. It was not fun to watch. And I think this, like I said, was the most boring fight on the card. Dana didn't feel about that. He thought it was the Movsar and Arnold Allen fight. He said it, not me. But, yeah. Raquel was winning this fight in the clinch. Raquel was winning this fight on the stand-up. She was able to avoid every single submission that was thrown at her. I mean, we could have give credit where credit is due. She's 35. She's on a 6-fight win streak. Hasn't been beaten in a couple years now. Without the belt. And now she's got a belt. They say you get better when you get a belt. And she's going to take on another heavy grappler in Juliana Pena. And I just hope she pieces her up. Because who is a fan of Juliana Pena? Nobody. And he could have promoted that. But instead, he said that the new champ doesn't listen to her corner. And regardless, she won the fight. That's it. That's what he had to say. I mean, guys, you let me know if I'm tripping. On this next clip, which will be the last one, he's going to give his take on the Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland main event. So on this last clip, a reporter asked Dana who he thought won in the main event. And there's been a lot of times where Dana, held back and doesn't give his thoughts on who he thought won the fight. But, lately he has been a little bit more loose with that. And this past Saturday, real loose. Too loose, in my opinion. This is ridiculous. But you Sean Strickland fans will debate me in the comments. Let's hear it.
Nice. We've got a new champion, Dricus du Plessis. I'm curious, did you have him winning that fight? It was a very close fight, and did you have him on the scorecards winning?
It's funny. We were just looking at how the media had scored it, and right down the middle, I had it 2-2 going into the last round, and I thought Strickland won the last round. Guys who were sitting at the same table had it the other way, and it was a close fight. I thought Strickland looked great in the first 2 rounds. I mean, the jab was
like, okay, you can say who you thought won the fight, but if you watch the rest of the media interview, he didn't really give credit to Dricus for anything. He gave a lot of credit to Strickland in those rounds. Like I said, the second round, most controversial. He thought he won rounds 1 and 2, and then clearly that 5th round is not even arguable. amongst everyone. So, like I said, Dana White, I just thought that, you could say who you thought won the fight, but if you're going to say who you thought won the fight, even though the other fighter, Dricus du Plessis, is the winner, then you got to mention what he was able to do and how he was able to make it so close. How was he able to make it so close? The second round, he got those 2 takedowns. He got majority of his takedowns. And in terms of power striking here, guys, in terms of significant strikes here, I don't know who's tallying them, but Dricus du Plessis in those 5 rounds was throwing the harder strikes. Sean Strickland was landing that jab. That jab was money. Don't get me wrong. But Dricus du Plessis was throwing the power punches. Those shots to the body were landing. That head kick landed several times. He had Sean Strickland basically on the back foot. And we don't see Sean Strickland on the back foot much. We see Strickland as a forward fighter all the time. So you got to give credit where credit is due here. He didn't let Sean Strickland dictate the pace with the jab. He knew that he had to bring that forward pressure to a guy who was going to bring the forward pressure to him. He was in there for a war, like he said he would be. And he got the W that night. The judges saw it that way. Even though Dana didn't see it that way, this is how we're going to go and promote the new champion. And moving on to his next fight, who's he going to face? Maybe somebody like Adesanya. I think he could beat Adesanya. I think it's a very close fight. So we could talk about how now Dricus has the wrestling to contend with a guy like Adesanya. He has the power striking. He can land something clean on Adesanya, just like Strickland was able to, just like Gastelum was able to. Come on, guys. Anything's possible in a fight, in a scrap. And now we got a new champion. They say you only get better. He's going to learn from the Strickland fight. And in my opinion, who else can contend with Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling in the top of this middleweight weight class right now? We're going to say Brendan Allen. Bo Nickel's not there yet. Joe Piper is making his rise. We don't know about that yet either. And Dricus has shown that he has the wrestling to contend with a guy like Khamzat. He has the cardio to contend with a guy like Khamzat. He has the stand-up. I would love to see that matchup. I think he's the best opponent for Khamzat. And Adesanya, stay on vacation. I don't know, man. If he comes back, though, still a great fight. Still a great fight. And Dana, the promoter of the UFC, could have done a better job at that. That's what I'm saying. Instead, I got to give these guys their credit on this YouTube channel. But, I don't know. That's my rant. You guys let me know if I'm tripping, man. Movsar Evloev, he did share his thoughts on Instagram of how he felt on Dana White's comments. And Dricus also mentioned to the media that it was straight bullshit. How Dana said that he thought Strickland won the fight. And as for Raquel, I think she just took it very lightly. She's a champ now. So maybe it just hasn't really dwelled on her yet, but not the best comments for these new champions. And going forward, their next fights are going to be good ones. So, and close ones again. So, yeah, man. We got a new contender in the featherweight weight class, Movsar Evloev, 5th in the featherweight rankings. We got a new champion, Dricus du Plessis. And we got another new champion, Raquel Pennington. Credit to them. they got the job done this past Saturday. And there you guys have it. MMA Fight Realm. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think.